Hi, I'm Jesse Gooch from Thursdays on the Water, and it's our favorite day of the week, Thursday. And tonight we have Floyd Concept that's going to be performing live for us tonight, and I have a couple members from the band that I want to introduce. If you guys want to introduce yourself.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, I'm Mike DiGitano, the keyboardist.
I'm Dan Bird. I'm the drummer. I own the drum set. No,
Well, thanks for coming, guys.
you're welcome.
We appreciate that.
Thank you for
Yeah,
inviting us.
appreciate to be here.
Absolutely. So, the Floyd Concept thing is really cool. I know Tommy Bender, and he's unable to make it here today, but I've known Tom for a long time, and he's the vocal guy. He's one of our, great vocalists here in Western New York.
Great
and,
vocalist, yeah.
Yeah, he's in a lot of projects, and I know this is, one of his favorite projects that he's been doing.
Definitely
the last few
is,
years.
yes.
And, so we had you guys at Thursdays on the Water a few years ago, but we're doing something a little bit different this year, where we're kind of interviewing the bands a little bit ahead of time, just to kind of introduce you guys to the public and kind of let the public know a little bit of a backstory about you guys and how you formulated and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my first question. I kind of want to know when you formed, how you formed, and just a little bit of the backstory of the Floyd Concept.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, it started with a phone call from George Root. We originally were a Pink Floyd tribute called Hey You, and that was going back from 2008 to 2012. That group dissolved, but George was always in his heart to continue doing this later. So we kept in touch throughout the years, and when he approached me about kind of doing this again, we started putting the pieces together, and he informed me he was sick with cancer, and that was one of his dreams, was to follow this through. So we started from the ground up and recruited some great musicians, told them about our vision, was to eventually become a regional or national tribute act. So I contacted my buddy Dan here, who I used to play with.
Mike and I were previous friends. We tried a couple other projects with a couple other people, and then he contacted me, and then I was always wanted to do a Pink Floyd tribute band.
Nice.
And we heard through the grapevine that Tom Bender was interested.
Yeah, through a mutual friend. I was actually introduced to Tom Bender, who I kind of knew through a mutual friend, and with another guitar player, and the guitar player said, "This is Tommy Bender. He would love to, do a Pink Floyd tribute band. He'd be interested." So, talked to Tommy, laid out what our vision was, and then Tommy jumped on board. And at the time, I didn't, I heard of them, and a lot of times when guys play by themselves 3 or 4 times a week, well, they're done for. They can't sing 2 days later, but
Tommy goes.
He
can do it
doesn't stop.
every single night.
Well, that was the issue when we heard about Tom. I told Danny, I was like, and even George, I was like, because George was the one that told me about it, and I was like, when does he have time? How is he going to do this?
Yeah.
But
It's very professionally he comes down.
but he was, I couldn't be more than happy. I mean, he's just been a blessing.
Yeah.
Elevated the group in so many levels: vocal, musicianship, and then from there.
Well, we hired a part-time. We went through. We like to be authentic enough and have the sax, because you need sax for us and them, and Shine Any Praise You Down. So we would go through different sax players. We finally hooked up with Jack Brabelski, who's a Grammy nominee. I think it was with Ambrosia, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
He did some work with Ambrosia.
He was also the founding member of the Chicago Authority.
Chicago Authority.
Um,
So Jack came on and became our musical director because he has a PhD in music. So there was no argument for me.
Yeah.
So and then
Well,
from then on,
the thing is, after George passed,
yeah.
we kind of met, and we wanted to see where this.
What are we gonna do?
Where
now?
are we going from here? What's our? And I told him my dream and my vision, and everyone was on board. Jack asked to be the music director, and with his background in leadership, it was
But it sounds like you guys surrounded yourself with a lot of great talent.
Yes, we
I
did.
mean, that's what really makes, in my opinion, makes a great
Yeah,
band.
Ronnie
It is
Lacurdo,
And there's talent from
yes, there is.
every phase.
And professional, not just, education wise, but experience wise. We have Ronnie Lacurdo, probably one of the best. He's another master's degree in music kind of a guy. I don't argue too much with him.
Right.
Yeah.
And Gino McManus, our other guitar player, and he's toured the world with bands in Japan. I mean, he's been all over the world. So
And that's awesome. This is why we like to do this. And where are you going to find this stuff out?
exactly.
When people come out tonight, they'll be like, "Wow, that guy toured the world with
Yeah,
such and such."
exactly.
And
when we looked at his bio, we were just blown away.
I was like,
It's like we're actually getting these guys to play with us,
Yeah.
and it was it rose the level, and we shared our vision with Ron and Gino, and the guy that we don't talk about enough is Paul Yates, the bass player.
Okay, I know Paul. Yeah,
What a great
Great
musician!
bass player. Yeah.
What an awesome bass player.
yeah,
very easy to get along with.
He is such a gem,
he is.
but very quiet.
Professional guy. Yeah.
Does his homework.
Yes, he does his homework. So we're so blessed to have him too. But we shared our vision with everyone, and we're all on the same page.
Wow.
Our goal is to get out there and hopefully become a national tribute.
Yeah.
You got to reproduce that sound, because we know when you get out there on stage and you see 2,000 people there, they don't want to hear Styx. They want to hear Pink Floyd, and they know it.
They
And
want
they know it better than you know it.
Right.
Yes.
And you better play it like the record, or you better explain to them what version you're doing, because there's a
Our-
lot of different versions, different songs, and they know that.
Right.
They all know it.
A lot of times, a really good tribute band, in a lot of ways, are better than the real thing, because you guys study the music so much, and sometimes the real band gets
Exactly.
complacent, and they just
Yeah.
kind of
They
get
get
comfortable.
complacent, and then they say, "Well, I've been playing that part for 40 years. Let's change it up a little bit."
Yeah.
So, but we got to stick to
We
the
try to
version.
stick to
the
as
version we're
close
doing.
as possible.
Right.
I mean, we had a little flavor in different versions of a Floyd song. Maybe adding a Roger Waters version of it.
And that's cool. That's what
You
makes
know,
you guys unique.
we try to mix it up a little bit, so you're not hearing the same
Yeah.
recorded, studio version.
Yeah.
And
We do a live version of Money that it's just going to blow you away. It's just
Yeah.
it's from 1994, I believe.
Right. Well, from the
Ken-
Pulse album.
Kennebrook or something, England. It was
yeah.
a phenomenal.
Oh,
version.
that's exciting.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
It's crazy.
So, and the production was a huge thing with me and George. We didn't want to just be another tribute band. We wanted to add we thought the production was super important.
They're up there right now.
I'm
set
glad
now.
that you say that too, because for Thursdays on the Water, we specialize in trying to find really good tribute acts, and semi-national, regional, and eventually we're going to have a couple national acts. But we really want to promote the local end of it. But as far as the tribute goes, so we had Strictly Hip last week. When we interviewed them and I talked to Jeremy, they consider themselves a tribute to the music of the Tragically Hip. They're not trying to look like Gord and try to
Exactly.
dress like like for example, when Tom Petty died, how many guys all of a sudden bought a blonde wig and they're a Tom Petty tribute band and stuff
Exactly,
like that.
exactly.
So you guys aren't trying to look like Roger Waters and like
No, we're not.
but you're trying to duplicate the music
and the show.
and the performance and the show is to the
So-
best
so-
of your ability.
We try to do two things. When they close their eyes and listen, they want to feel like
Feel
they're
like
there.
you're there. Yeah.
And we've had that compliment.
Yeah.
From the past few shows, people.
Yeah.
One woman from the Rapids Theater show. You can hear her on the recording saying, "Oh my God, we feel the energy from this band,"
Absolutely.
and that's what we want to bring. And the production side is we want to blow them away.
Yeah. And about your production, you guys have this really cool laser light show.
We have a
which,
laser. Yes, we have
if
the
you
big
could
screen.
touch on that for
It's
a
actually
minute,
going up right now. The screen is going up right as we
Good.
speak.
and it's not raining, so we're good.
No,
the rain
it's
is
gonna
gone.
be.
They said it
looks
was
like-
going to rain a little bit here in the morning, and which it always seems to almost every Thursday.
Yeah, yeah.
But we always get blessed. It winds up clearing up, and then and that's what's going to happen today. So make sure you come out. The weather is going to be great. But back to the production. the laser light thing, and touch on that, and who's setting that up and who's actually doing that part
Actually,
of
the
production.
guy in charge of our production is actually my brother, who's a professional cameraman. He actually has 2 Emmys, believe it or not.
Wow.
And he used to watch the show, and we would hire this sound guy and that sound guy, and that's great. And we have great sound guys and great lighting guys and great video guys. But Mike puts it all together and says, this is what you need to do here, and this is what you need to do here, and that's what's going on as we speak. So
that's awesome.
And our lighting is through AJ.
I can't remember. I can't remember his last
But
name.
he is, what we love about him is he is into being as creative as possible. So we'll pitch an idea to him, and he'll say, all right, let's try that for the show. Let's see how it works.
That's another thing I like, and that's what I really like about Thursdays in the Water and my team and our production team. We have Rob Neubauer and I have Scott Nichols, and then we connect them with you guys, and then you guys work together on the production part. I know Rob was there this morning setting up our basic lights, that we're going to have, and then once it gets dark and we get into your thing, that's already set up. So production is key to a good performance.
Especially with the Big Boy show,
Yeah.
And people
expect it.
People
expect
expect that.
Yeah.
I think when we first started out, we did a show at the Evening Star, and we didn't have all the lights production set up yet. We were still in our coming out
early
phase.
stages.
And I remember people came up to us, "Oh, we love the show, but where's the lights?"
Yeah. That's what people expect.
And that's what they were looking for. Where's the light show?
Right.
And so
there's a lot that really goes into this particular performance, because that one element alone, just setting up the light show, is something that most bands don't have to deal with. They just get on stage
stage.
A lot of my production, we supply the backline and everything, so a lot of times they just show up and rock and roll and go. But you guys have to set up early and do that.
Our production setup goes between 4 to 5 hours.
At least 4 to 5 hours by the time to get everything set, and then the instruments come in, and then
the
the sound check,
platforms for the risers,
and we can relax for a little while.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, for about a half hour.
Now you guys don't play out a lot, like we're not. You guys kind of stagger your performances and stuff like that.
We do through our promoter there. He has when he sent out a rider. There are, because of the size of the production and the amount of people on stage, he does have minimums on stage size and stuff like that. So he does try to get us into more theaters.
Right.
We just played in a theater in Pittsburgh. We just did 2 shows in the Warren PA Theater back to back.
Yeah, that's my next
Back
thing.
to back
I know
shows,
you guys played
500
a few
people
out of
each.
state gigs, and I know you're looking to perform more out of state. And do that sort of thing too, which is really cool.
He has some. We have a show in Long Island, I think, in February, at a small theater there, and he's working on a Midwest kind of a tour. You try to get 3 or 4 dates, so you're not driving to one location and not coming back and playing somewhere else. So
Right.
that's the goal right now.
Yeah. Catch you in the rowdy. Yeah.
Exactly.
So no, we're super excited to have you guys.
We're excited to be here.
I know you guys
I have a
are.
lot of friends and family coming that that are coming to see the show.
Yeah, doors open at 5. I'd recommend getting there a little bit early. Last week, we start. This is our 4th year of production. We started out with a very small little platform stage, and 50, 60, 100 people. Next year, we got a stage line. We got a bigger stage, and
Nice.
a little bit bigger production. Got a few sponsors involved. We had a few hundred people. The last year we did it, we had everything clicking on all cylinders, and we had several thousand people show up, and it got bigger and bigger. We came in 2nd place for Festival of the Year, and this year
that's awesome.
we're cranking it out again. And last week really just we knew this particular band that we had last week, we know the kind of draw they bring.
Yes.
But we literally had thousands and thousands of people. They say we have between 6,000 to 8,000 people. We hired a drone company that did the overviews, and by the way, we hired them for you guys tonight. So we're gonna have a lot of drone footage tonight and stuff like that as well.
Let's try to break that record.
Yeah. So we just trying to get big. So we really upped our team, and Kaylee and our staff and all of our bartenders. they were super hard last week, and we couldn't get the bears fast enough. So tonight we got a really cool thing. We got Conehead from the Bison games.
Nice.
He's coming out tonight, and he's going to be serving the people that to try to help our lines. We have a bigger beer truck that's coming in.
Okay.
We upgraded our staff. We kind of built like a little food court area. We seem to not have enough outhouses where it was only required to have 5. We doubled that and last week, and we still didn't have enough. So now we got more. I think we got 12 or 13 of them now. So hopefully we're just trying to accommodate the needs of the patrons and the people. It is a free event, but it's free because of our sponsors. Tonight's sponsor is Niagara Gutter. They've been loyal to us the last few years, and we have a lot of other good sponsors. But tonight, Niagara Gutter. Good friends of mine and good local business. They're one of our sponsors. And then the beer and food sales. So we want people to come thirsty and hungry, and we have super quality food. They've been raving about our tiki wagon. We have lobster rolls, shrimp tacos, wine slushies. People have been raving about that. We got the meeting place, and Jeff with his Slovakies and all the Euros. Saladis to serve, and he's got his food, and we got the Hawaiian barbecue. All of our food vendors pretty much sold. We had a big deal last week, and we're hoping to do it again this week and just moving forward with the event. But we kind of wanted to ask you guys. I know you guys played a couple years ago, and you've done many other gigs. And what is it that you like about playing at Thursdays on the Water, and what makes us different compared to some of the other gigs that you guys did?
Good, Mike. What do you like?
Well, the fact that it's outdoors. We try to get more outdoor shows, and being close to the water and I know North Tonawanda, and the crowds are great. So that's where I really, and looking to show our brand in the North Towns too.
Awesome.
So, and the reputation that you have was worth coming out and playing. So
it's going to be. You're going to have a good show, and you're going to have a great crowd, and you generally have a car show. I don't know about today, maybe if the weather.
Yeah, it's open.
You're invited usually.
You're invited. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And being a boater, I'm a boater myself, so I actually drove by last week for the hip show.
There are tons of boats stacked out.
My gosh, there was 100 boats out there.
Yeah. And Harleys too. I mean, it's
you get people, Harleys,
motorcycles.
Yeah.
But we had a few hundred motorcycles. Then we have the classic cars. Then we have the boats.
I love
it. So we kind of touch it all here.
That's what we try to do. We consider ourselves a festival. But with all of the other elements that we do. And
my family and friends, they rarely get to see me play. So. I finally told my dad I had a drum set, but no.
and here's the thing. I've seen you guys play at other gigs where there's a $20-$25 cover to get in, which is well worth it.
You can't beat the price.
Today it's free.
Can't beat the price.
It's a free concert. So whoever comes out tonight, you're going to get an extremely professional, amazing show, great entertainment for free. So, but come thirsty and hungry, because by you purchasing food and drinks, that helps keep the thing free. So, thank everybody for coming tonight. Thank you guys. It was awesome.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thanks for having us. We'll see you out there.
We'll see you on the water.
We'll see everyone out there.